This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome to the Morning Hookup. Phillips, Lizy will join us in a little bit. Yeah, they switched up some mics. They're moved around. Okay, yeah, that's I messed you up with that. Yeah, they're moved around. I learned that yesterday. So they're like, I don't know, like I don't know. They did some rearranging. Hello? They did some rearranging of things. Welcome in. Happy hump day. We'll get a lot of stuff to get to Husker Hoops last night. Husker baseball. Henry T. Buchanan will join us. Is still out. We'll talk to T. Catch up with him. Stories that we missed and a whole lot more. We're okay. I'm gonna read some just reaction stuff off the Twitterverse today.
As it
Well,
goes.
I won't give names.
As it goes.
Won't give names.
Whenever there's a loss, the sky is falling.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Again, Husker baseball gets it done yesterday. They open up their home opener. Shout out the people that I saw go out to that. Man, it was not beautiful outside.
No.
It was not baseball weather like today. Dreary,
really
a little misty,
really gloomy.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're here to turn that frown upside down today. We're gonna be okay. Okay, Husker fans, relax. We'll get into a lot of that. Man, am I just like going off today? I don't know. Leave me alone. And we'll talk bracketology again today. It's ever changing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because as things seem like they're falling apart, you're getting help. We're fine. Last night, late, man, my headphones are going out and out. Man, last night, I know everybody stayed up late. It's okay. But you made the choice to stay up late and watch. Don't be like, I stayed up late to watch that. Nebraska loses by 20 last night. In a game that we have not seen all year long like that, right? Never connected on offense. Defense was not there. Missing rotations, this and that, right?
Yeah, it was.
Am I off on that?
No, not at all.
Have we watched that game before this year?
No, not a game where every part of the game was missing.
It was nothing.
There was nothing. Yeah. You've had games where, maybe you don't rebound well. Maybe you don't play defense very well.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't shoot very well. But you haven't had a game where all of that comes together. And
the back end of a 5-day road trip. Now, and no excuse, I'm not going to sit here and as a fan or as a media member and go, well, they were on a 5-day. No, listen. You went out there and you just laid one egg.
Yeah.
One egg.
I think there's a difference between it being an excuse and just providing context. It's very well known that these Big Ten teams that go out to LA and have these LA road trips have been unsuccessful in both games or at least one game. And that's just what it is. Traveling around the country and you're out there in a hotel room and it's a whole different life and you're not used to it than what you are doing back home.
Yeah, you just got beat.
Yeah.
You just got beat. They played well, you played bad. I don't know. The reactions, I guess, had me put off a little bit by some.
Yeah.
There's a lot of overreaction in this, right? There's a lot of overreaction when look, 5 of 24 from 3. We had a lot of open looks. We missed them. You shot 39%, 9 of it. You get out rebounded, offensive boards, 12 assists to 13 turnovers, 26 points in the paint for them, 18 for us. They had 17 second chance points. They just beat you in a performance where you just didn't show up you didn't come into Pauley Pavilion to play basketball. disconnected all night.
You know how I know things were really bad? You missed 9 free throws too.
Yeah. 9 of 18 front end stuff. To me, I look at this game. This team is still 25-5. Still opportunities still in front of you. You're going to the tournament. You're in a seeding battle. You've got to go win on Sunday to get that top 4 in that triple bye.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be Iowa right now.
No.
If I tell you that.
I don't think I look at this from a different, like a higher view of it. We haven't seen this before.
No.
So it doesn't set off the alarm for me.
No.
Going, oh, here we go again. It's our 5th stinker of the year, right? It's the first one where you've gone, man. Now, have we had halves that look like not like that? I don't think anything's looked like that all year long. Right?
Right.
Yeah. There are some players that have not played well as of late. That have, I hate the word digressed, but they just have not put their best foot forward from a stat part, from a offensive flow part. But this isn't oh my gosh, this has been a problem all year.
No.
The only thing you could point out that's been that problem all year, and whatever the way you look at it, is the slow starts. That's the only thing you go, oh, Nebraska has not played a 40-minute basketball game.
They get punched in the mouth, and then they kind of wake up a little bit.
Yes. That's the one thing you go, wow.
And like that happened last night too, and I'm sitting there waiting for it to happen. I'm sitting there waiting to see Nebraska basketball like turn it up a little bit, and just it wasn't there.
Yeah,
and all you could really do, like, you can't dwell on it, and you got to come back on Sunday, and you have your rematch against Iowa. Is that senior day?
It is.
That's a huge.
By the way, I don't care about it.
No, I don't either.
Scorched earth on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the mentality you have to have.
Scorched earth.
You have a rematch against Iowa to lock up a triple bye in the Big Ten tournament. You have everything to play for on Sunday. That's the only way you can really look at it.
The tweets out there. I stayed up late for this. Yes, you did. You made the choice. You're a fan.
Yeah.
No regrets. You did it. I did it.
We know how fans can be sometimes.
Believe me. Man, the timeline was full of them last night. But it to me, just an anomaly. One game.
Yeah. And
that'd be a great question. Whereas Henry T. Buchanan will be joining us as well, like I mentioned earlier, about what that's like when you throw up one of those, ooh, man, didn't see that coming kind of games. You know, you always hear about burn the tape, turn the page. What's that like?
Yeah. And credit to UCLA too.
Yeah.
They we talked about their struggles like maybe a week and a half ago, and then they kind of picked up some momentum, and they've been playing really well. Had a road loss to Minnesota, but that's a weird sneaky spot too. So I mean, it's not like you lost to a terrible team either. UCLA's still got a ton of talent. They're a good team, and yeah, who's
playing great basketball, by the way.
Yeah.
They beat 3 or 4 now top 10 teams. They went 17-1.
They are incredible at home.
At home with a double overtime loss to Indiana.
So I mean,
it's just like everything hasn't gone right. No, you don't deserve a top 2 seed. Man,
what have they done to not deserve a top 2 seed?
I think we talked about it yesterday. They were fighting an uphill battle regardless to the 2 seed line because of what's in front of them.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you had to go out and win the Big Ten tournament probably to jump anybody. Minus the teams in front of you falling behind. But we looked at schedules. And honestly, if you look at it, Elijah brought up yesterday, when you look at the bracketology of all this, which we'll get to and talk about, losses like that or any loss right now is not making people move way back.
No.
You wake up this morning, by the way. Yesterday you were 11 in the net, 11 in the camp, or 12 in the palm, the KP. You know what you are today? 12-12.
Yeah.
Right?
it's not going to be some drastic change. All it really does is boost UCLA's resume. It doesn't really hurt Nebraska in a sense.
Yeah, I mean it's the number of alarms that were there. It's fine. We're good. Team will travel back today. They'll get back to work. And what we know about this team, again, I will also tell you that I think 1-1 out there was a success. On the road.
I think we said that going like before the road trip. If you go 1-1, you'll be fine.
Right? What were you just on a 3-game winning streak too?
Mm-hmm.
You lose one. You're 3-1 in your last 4. You've been playing good basketball. Things can't change that quick. Now, could you go back and say, like I said, there's a couple of guys, 3, whatever the number is, that have not performed as of late. It's been a little run, but you still believe in what you got. This is not falling apart, folks.
No.
Jeez. Very blessed to be able to watch this team. You had one out there. You just got lackluster performance. This one wasn't, to me, it wasn't just like, oh, that person caused it. This was a team effort that you did not answer the bell for the first time.
Mm-mm.
All game long. All game long. That was it to me. We could go. You can't go, Jamarcus, about that price, whatever.
No, it was all of them. Literally.
And it was, you didn't answer. You had a couple. And I say this in tongue in cheek because everybody was fighting, okay? But there were a couple that stood apart. Sam kept fighting. Hey, Kel Jameson, way to take advantage. Way to take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rank was fighting. There was a couple guys out there that were just notch above everybody else trying to like make this thing go. And again, go give UCLA credit at home. 17-1 now. They were aggressive. I don't want to hear about refs. Look, man, I know Big Ten had been bad for a lot of teams. Was Price being held again last night? Yep. But
how much did the refs affect you in a 20-point loss?
Nothing. But you got, I think in games like that or anything, whether it be life, when obstacles like that hit you, you got to fight through it. Be the contact initiator versus getting the contact initiated to you. We'll talk about another game I watched last night first, where the one team was the aggressive team for about 30 minutes of a game. And all of a sudden the other team flipped it and became, oh, wait a minute. We need to be more aggressive and take the fight.
And that's going back to the slow starts Nebraska's had. How much of a concern do you think that is when it comes to the tournament? If you're a 3 seed and you have I don't know how many fiery 14 seeds are out there, but it's the tournament. These teams have got themselves into the tournament. If you start slow and you get a team that can shoot it well, or you get a team that plays really good defense, how big of a concern is that? None
to me. Yeah. I'm also a believer in postseason is different. You turn the page. It's a new season.
Yep.
It's new. You got a different basketball you're playing with. You got you got officials that are going to call it way different.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that.
They're going to call it way different. Right. And again, we could document the Big Ten not being as great this year, but I think it's happening across the board in the Big Ten. It'll be different. It's a different deal.
Yeah.
Different settings, right? Different venues, different officials that have probably done their homework, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be different. And you have to rise above all of that. But again, you lose by 20 last night. A performance that is not like what we've seen all year long. And what boggles me about it with fans and the reaction is that we were 30 games in when we finally laid one. 30.
Mm-hmm.
30. Burn the tape, move on. You got Iowa coming up. So, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, as Nebraska did lose last night, let's look around college basketball. Whew. there was some scorched earth happening in some games last night. Some teams maybe played their way back. Some played their way up. Some solidified their spot when we look at it. We'll talk about that a whole lot more when we return. Who had the worst night was FS1.
Why is that?
Golly, going from FS1 to the game before to FS2 to I guess I didn't pay much to, but I guess some of the graphics didn't have the total team fouls on it. And they didn't really do a good job of like, hey, we're going back to FS1. Like I came back, they went to commercial and I came back. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I looked up and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's racing on.
Elijah doing an interview.
Yeah. I think he should be here in a minute.
Oh, man.
We were all up late last night. It's fine.
Did you see that comment? The court for the Big 12 tournament.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen that thing?
Yeah.
It's BA. Yeah, Todd, I've seen that one. Like the glass top with all the it's pretty cool. It was also a fun moment last night. We'll talk about Bill Self getting judged boot. Scores.
Did they boost these mics at all?
I don't know.
'Cause
is it weird? Yours sound weird?
Just really loud.
It might have. I did a lot. There was a lot of moving and shaking in here. We might get some chairs fixed too. Sue came in yesterday. I gave him all the parts. He goes, "We'll get this done."
Elijah likes to break all of them.
I know. I'm still sitting on the one with a busted wheel. It's kind of like a playing roulette. I don't know which way to lean because I might fall.
Yeah, one of these times you're just going to be mid-sentence and just
out.
We got a lot of.
I think as a fan, by the way, when you make a choice, what is this? Yep. Listen, don't complain if you stayed up late to watch a game, blah, blah, blah. Come on. You made the choice. You could have went to bed.
And if they would have won by 20, it would be
fine.
Glad I stayed up.
Yeah. Well, look, I did it. Or I went to bed. Dang, I shouldn't have gone to bed. Like, it's whatever.
People like to pick and choose.
Choices.
Yeah.
Choices.
Pick and choose.
My kid made the choice. My 15-year-old's like, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Like, no matter what.
I'll come back.
Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. Happy day. Thanks for hanging out with us. We were talking during the break there about if you make a decision to do something, right, or not do something, you should not have regrets, right?
Stand on business.
That's it. Whoever did it last night made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
You knew how long did you know that Nebraska played basketball last night at 10 o'clock at night? You planned around it. You did it. Why did I step to watch this? Because you decided to. No regrets. It's like in life. You make a decision to do something, move on. You did it. Or you didn't do it. Mm-hmm. If you went to bed last night,
great.
People are like, well, I'm so glad I went to bed. Well, I am too. I heard that one too. Glad I didn't stay up for that.
Can't pick and choose.
No.
Because if Nebraska would have won by 20, it would have been a whole completely different story. Nobody would have complained about how tired they were, staying up late, and this and that.
It's just the actions and all that. Like, it's one moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
you know the consequences or whatever you got to deal with the next day.
Yeah.
Look, I went to bed about 1 a.m. I knew I had to wake up if I was up at 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
I got my kids up like a normal routine. And we're sitting here. I was sitting here at like an hour ago, 8:25 this morning. I was 5 minutes early to rock. It is what it is. You make that choice. Choices last night was also to watch a ton of college basketball. Every game during the week has so much impact right now because you're leading up. Sunday's the end of the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, we're done. We're jumping into conference tournaments. We're jumping to a lot of different stuff.
Man, the season went fast.
Super fast. Speaking of that, by the way, don't forget today, before we jump into bracketology, there is a big bracket started today. High school hoops
Down at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
down at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
You bet.
How about that? That thing is going to be fire. They're kicking off here shortly, too. Actually, they're probably already kicked off down there. Mike, come on. If you're out and about, stay away from downtown if you don't need to.
Yeah. I'll be here in studio for the 1:30 game. I'm not sure who's on the call, but
1:30. Boy, that's going to be girls today. You got Lincoln North Star at 1:30 taking on the 18 Miller North. Right now at Devaney, by the way, Pender, I think, going for the three-peat. They're out at Devaney right now against Centura. They kicked off already at Devaney. A lot of cool moments about to happen.
yeah, Jeff Moats will be on the call between Lincoln North Star and Miller North.
Here we go.
About 1:30.
Right here on KFOR. You can catch all those with those guys. Last night in college hoops, some big games last night. Seating perspective, the 6 o'clock affair last night featured the Clemson Tigers. They went to Chapel Hill last night in a very highly contested basketball game. This is the one I was talking about, physicality. Carolina got it taken to them a lot. Godfrey last night for Clemson took it right to him last night, but Carolina prevails with a good late stretch in the half, 67 to 63. Carolina improves there to 24-6, and also Carolina completes the first 18-0 season at the Dean Dome. They got it done. Seth Trimble's his final home game last night. He got it done as well. Seth Trimble is a unique one because we don't have this anymore. Seth Trimble last night was a senior, 4-year senior, same school.
Sounds kind of foreign at this point.
Weird. Now, he was in the portal at one point, and he came back. They had a lot of conversations. Not saying he didn't try to go, but but 4 years, same school, 4 years. He just graduated.
Mm-hmm.
They do 67, 63. That could possibly improve their seating line. Right now, they were predicted at the 6, maybe going to 5 after that one. They got the monster game on Sunday. They will finish the regular season out at Cameron Indoor at 5:30 out there. Other games, boy, other people. This was like solidifying your spot more than anything last night. When you look at some of these games, TCU, big win last night for TCU over an undermanned Texas Tech team. They upset number 10 Texas Tech 73-65. They were a team sitting clearly on the bubble. Now they complete and get a top 10 win at Texas Tech. TCU probably just punched their ticket as an at-large with that win last night. Miami of Ohio, hats off. You did it. 30-0. Yeah, you completed. Boy, another game with monster impact that could. Boy, how about Kentucky? Kentucky goes to A&M last night and loses by 11.
Mm-hmm.
Not happy times there. Virginia wins last night, 75-70. They complete the deal. They're number 2 in the ACC. They locked that down last night. Florida, monster win. Boy, they look good. 108-74 in that one. Cincinnati. Whew. Big win last night for Cincinnati. 90-68 at home, BYU. They don't get it done. BYU in, that's a seeding situation going on there. Illinois throttles Oregon last night, 80-54. And that one, Arizona State upset City Bill Self, and the Kansas Jayhawks looked bad last night. He gets kicked out in the first half.
He was fiery too.
Best part about that getting kicked out in the first half, did you catch the video of when he walked out? You should see it. We'll have to post it somewhere. But they, as he's walking out, the smoke cannons when they introduced the players,
Nice.
they shot him off.
Nice.
As he was walking through the tunnel.
I got some questions for you about seeding and bracketology and stuff, but first we got to get to Ernesto on that.
Oh my goodness, where have you been, my friend Ernesto? What's up?
I've been moving, man, out to the country. You can't even tell my voice. I'm even more countrified than I was before.
Hey, no, where's the country at? Ain't no country in Florida.
Oh, man, I'm out northwest of Jacksonville, almost to Baldwin, which is the cutoff to take you down to Gainesville.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what?
When you guys come down, you're staying with us.
All right. I'm in.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not real up on everything because of everything I've been doing, all the hard bands work. But I can tell you this, I am DJing a DJ contest in 2 weeks, and I've been going to the place, and I don't know what I'm going to do. These guys don't really DJ, and Bill, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Button DJ.
I know. Old school, baby, getting rocking.
Yeah, and they all want me to get up on the deck, and I said, as soon as I get up on the deck, I don't play for the crowd. I am the crowd. When I do a cut, that's for you.
Whoop, whoop.
You know, shake what your mama gave you. Come on, But anyways, I just wanted to get back with you. I wake up every morning thinking about you, Rhino Mite, the Doc, YZ, the Candle Maker, Mr. Red. I mean, come on. You guys are the best.
Ernesto, we appreciate it.
Yeah, and then we got the lava eater. I can never remember his first name, but he's got the voice like he ate lava since he came out of the womb. But
Justice.
No, Jeff.
Oh, Moti.
Moti. Oh, yeah. My mom gave me lava. She thought it was so well. Hey, anyways, get out here for the TPC, guys. It's beautiful. I'm going east right now. Not a cloud but sky. Man, you guys would love it. Because you know why? Because KZ, YZ, everybody's in the place to be when you're in Jacksonville. Woo!
Oh, Ernesto coming back with a fire. With fire, we appreciate you. FloodX10 joins the show and says, showed up late, kind of like our boys.
Bold of you to think they showed up in the first place.
Yes, very bold. That's a bold one. So, getting back to it a little bit, we're talking about these games last night. We'll get more reaction from Elijah here shortly on Nebraska. Georgia last night, big time victory last night for them as they beat Alabama by 10 last night.
One of the funniest plays I've ever seen in my life, Hooks, you sent me this one, where Bama only sends 4 guys out there defensively, and they force a backcourt violation because Georgia can't figure out how to play 5-on-4.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. Nate Oates basketball.
He knew exactly. He goes, guys, we're gonna get him.
Well, as soon as the backcourt happens, see the whole coaching staff turn around to the bench. This guy hopping off the bench and taking the warm-ups off and running onto the court.
I watched that with my kid last night. I go, guys, look at this. It's a new strategy. It is a Georgia is on a power play.
They got one in the penalty box.
They got one in the box, and they're gonna get down there. And the time's going to run out, and he's going to cherry pick it, and he's probably going to get a dunk by himself.
It's funny because the 4 guys out there defensively for Alabama did kind of look like a penalty kill unit with how they were doing things, scrambling around. They were all helping each other at once. It was like, it was kind of impressive to see because if I was playing on a basketball team that was playing 5-on-4, we would get diced to pieces immediately.
So a lot of games last night, when you look at these games throughout tonight and the rest of the weekend, seeding opportunities, people playing their way in. We mentioned TCU last night, big time win last night. They're going to be in after that win at Texas Tech on that one. Teams needing to continue to win. Kansas, boy, they looked bad in that one as well. Did you see the video? I just mentioned this. Did you see the video of Bill Self being ejected?
Yes.
It is classic as he goes out through the tunnel and they do the smoke machines. I'm like, give that person a
Right.
raise. That is incredible. But again, we'll get more bracketology talk as we continue. We'll go back to Nebraska a little bit, and more of what we talked about earlier was the reaction of fans, the reaction of this. This was a team that it took us to get to the 30th game of the season to lay an egg. There's no reaction for me. This is an anomaly. This is what it is. I think there's players that we can talk about that have gone backwards at times in the season so far, but this doesn't alarm me.
I think two things can be true. And I don't see people kind of taking the middle ground because, well, especially whenever you have people in social media reaction and radio call-in reaction and whatnot, nobody takes the measured view. That's not how emotions and your reactions tend to work. Two things can be true at the same time. And I think whenever you combine them both, it gives you a reasonable level of concern with this Husker basketball team. One thing is Nebraska was on the back end of 5 days in the West Coast, sleeping in a hotel. You're not having good home cooked meals. You're eating out. You're doing all this crap. Like it's not conducive to winning being out 5 days away from home trying to go out and play. That is one side of this. And to cap it all off, we have screaming.
It's a party next door.
Yeah. To cap it all off, you are playing a late night. I mean, from your own local time, you've had some time for your body to adjust, but you're playing 10 p.m. game out in Westwood. That's a tough scenario to have to go deal with. And so am I surprised this Husker basketball team did not put their best foot forward last night, given those circumstances? No. The secondary part to this is you haven't beaten a NCAA tournament team, a team that's going to be dancing in almost 2 months now. Whenever you've had a team with a pulse on your schedule, they beat you. And if you're concerned about going and traveling and spending 5 days somewhere away from home, sleeping in a hotel room, not eating home-cooked meals, that's what the NCAA tournament is every single weekend. Now, you're not going against a team with a built-in advantage that is sleeping in their own bed and eating their home-cooked meals and whatnot. But this is still something you're going to have to deal with, going and being on the road for a prolonged period of time if you want to make a run in March. So you need to whatever the hell went wrong last night, you need to learn why it went wrong. You need to be better. But I can also sit back and say, if there was one game where I'm not surprised that the team went out and laid an egg, it's the one where you went out to the West Coast for 5 days and you're sleeping in a hotel room bed. You're probably not getting the best sleep of your life and you're not eating great. And
different hotels, by the way, too.
Yeah, this is the one where I go, yeah, we should have seen this one coming.
Yep.
Was it as bad last night as the final score would indicate? That's the question I have right now. Because you know what I said last night? I said Nebraska would give themselves a chance to win if they could keep UCLA to like 10 of 30 shooting the three ball. Kept them 10 of 29, 72 points. Listen, you were going to need to score 70 points last night to go and win that game. The shots just weren't falling. And Nebraska developed, honestly, some good looks on the offensive end. You just went 5 of 24 from three. That's so un-Nebraska-like. You were waiting for the lid to come off the hoop, and it never did because, I mean, it felt like Nebraska was getting decent looks. Was it the best looks they've gotten all season? No, but you're playing a good team.
They were getting them. This was the first.
And 9 of 18 from the free throw line? Holy cow.
This was the first game where all the parts didn't match up. Typical Nebraska, we've had off shooting nights, but your defense stepped up and kept you in these games. I mean, you could probably go back and look at the last time you played Iowa, right? You didn't shoot it well. You played good defense. You didn't make the plays, right? You get to the line last night, you can't shoot it. I mean, your point guard last night was not very good. Offensive flow of the game was not good. So check that because we know that Nebraska, when they're good, they play with pace. They were miscommunicating on defense last night. There was just, it was a fight you didn't show up for. Now, and I don't want, and again, I wanted to say this too. And again, being an athlete is tough. They were trying. It just wasn't it wasn't connecting with their effort. And also, there were a couple of guys that were effort above everyone else. Kel Jackson, shout you out, my man. Your effort's always there. You kept the fight. You were probably number one last night. Sam kept the fight. I thought Rank played pretty good, kept the fight. But that was the one thing that I'll continue that we've talked about, that is, if you want to put something on the pulse of it, It is I don't know, we played 30 games now. Is it the 30th game in a row we have started slow? Or we played a bad half?
No,
that's the one and now you can go, look.
It feels like you've started slow ever since was the last time you had a good start was probably the Michigan game?
Yes, that is the one where you go, oh, how do we correct that? Because there's been games like that where they went back and came out at all the games. You went back at half and you came out and you went, we fixed it. Our game plan is going to be better than theirs. We made the adjustments that are going to be right. And that didn't happen last night. Right? Because I think a lot of Husker fans that you made the choice to stay up and watch. That was your choice, by the way. Don't tell me that it was, can't believe I stayed up to watch this. It's fine. I think we also watched it with anticipation last night. All right, man, you're down 13. They only had 37 points. Watch this.
Well, you were just waiting for the lid to come off the hoop on the 3-point ball. It never did.
Watch it. And I can tell you, watching enough, and maybe I was just totally off base on this. They came out in the second half with a beautiful set to start the half. That ended up with a missed layup.
Yeah.
That was the epitome of Fred drawn at the right play. It was going to be the easiest bucket all game long, and we don't convert. Done. But turn the page. You got Iowa coming up. 25-5. Still top 4 is in reach, right? You just got to beat Iowa on Sunday. We talked about it as well. Your seeding isn't going to change today. See, these losses aren't changing team seed. You're not be a 3 today. You're a 6 tomorrow. You won a 3 yesterday and you lose. You're a 6 today.
Yeah,
you're a 3 still.
The Hayes in the barn. There are very few teams in college basketball that haven't had one performance like that this season, and that was the first time Nebraska's really gotten the doors blown off of them. Where defensively,
that's a mostly lost by all year 20.
Yeah, it's a make or miss sport. Last night UCLA was making, you were missing, and part of that is you got to credit UCLA, but part of it's also just you didn't have your best stuff.
Have it,
and you're not going to have as an athlete. You're not going to have your best stuff every single night. I mean, the only teams that I think who hasn't gotten blown out this year because they didn't have their best stuff: Michigan,
Arizona.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Other than that, you've gotten beat.
The elite teams, but every other team has had a night where it's just ball's not going through the hoop. You don't have your best stuff, and you end up losing by 15. You end up losing by 20.
That's what happens.
And the fact that it took until March 3rd for that to happen to Nebraska, I think you can listen. And it's a good thing, but also it's just the timing of when it happened that you're like, okay, you got to.
Well, you don't want that taste going into Iowa and then try to roll that similar situation as we've talked about a lot going into tournament play. There's got to be a trajectory going like this, but I think this is probably one of those that you can go, all right, we're burning the tape.
You can have legitimate concerns coming out of last night's game, but I don't think it's a night to panic, depending on what it looks like against Iowa. If there's a carryover effect from this game moving forward, if you lose against Iowa at home, okay, you can panic.
Yeah.
You're stumbling going into March. You don't want that, but
that's the one you go, okay.
But we can sit here and be realistic. There's concerns from last night. Yes. This team has showed a response all year long.
Yep. I think if you want to throw concerns, and Jeff, good morning, rough night. He said, what has been up with J-Law the last few weeks? Bad on the dribble, lazy passes. Frager looked out of sorts as well. I think if you want to go back, then you can probably, again, the slow starts. That's something that's concerning, but they've battled back from those. There are a couple of players that have not had a good stretch in a month that you could say. There's a couple of players that that just haven't looked the same, but have been good enough. Last night they were just bad.
Mm-hmm. And I look back and there is just great coaches in the Big Ten that are going to make adjustments. The more you put on tape, the more adjustments they can make. That's what I look at with Rank and his struggles. Defenses have played him differently where they're going to be up in his grill 30 feet from the basket because he's shown that he can go out and knock those shots down. And hey, he's got to turn into more of a distributor whenever teams are going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they respect that 3-point shot, whenever they play up in his grill, whenever they're subbing guys in and out to make sure that we have a fresh body on Rink because he'll take advantage. he's got to learn to play a little bit differently. With Jamarcus, I think it's a combination of sickness, and teams are figuring out that. What's the best way to put it? If you get pressure in his grill the entire time he has the ball, he's prone to make some mistakes. Like coaches are just making adjustments in the Big Ten.
It'll be interesting. YZ brought up a great question. Again, I know we've got Iowa left, got the Big Ten left, so we still got Big Ten officials hanging on to us for another week or so. But there will be differences in the big dance, arenas, the basketball, refs. This is probably going to look different on how these games get reffed coming up. It's a new slate. It's a completely new slate when you get into getting a different crew. Watch some ACC games and how that crew officiates games. Watch the SEC, how they officiate games. It's a different look. Completely different look than the way the Big Ten officiates games. Okay. Sky's not falling. We shall be okay. Wake up, get up, make the right choice, get down to PBA early on Sunday.
And I feel like it's nice, Hooksy, that we have the benefit of your Tar Heel history, seeing a lot of tournament teams and understanding that the regular season is the regular season, the postseason is the postseason.
It is. It's different. It's a different thing. It's just the feeling they get everything, whether it be.
I'm sure you've seen some bad losses from some Tar Heel teams in the past that are from some really good Tar Heel teams, I should add.
Yeah, I think you have to look at tournament teams. Again, speaking of Carolina in their tradition, you have to go and say, look at the whole thing, and you can take out that and go, that doesn't belong in that cupboard. That's different. Remember this part.
Listen, how many radio shows have we done? I'm sure there's been some radio shows out there that weren't the best from us.
Yeah,
you're going to have your A game every single time.
Yeah, listen, there's days I walk and go, I did not do very good. I mean, listen, as a parent, there's days I'm like, whoa, I really messed that up, right? That is not who I am. That is not who we are. So I think to compartmentalize it, you can just go, put that over there. But now what I do believe from perennial tournament teams, what you can do is go, you figure out why, not the whole performance, but how do we get to that? Let's never do that again. Let's never do that again. Right? That's the thing you take away. Never do that again.
I think Elijah made a good point where if there is rollover of this into the Iowa game, there's your cause for concern.
But I think you'll notice this team over again, that's a great point. But every time that we see a Nebraska have a bad half, what do they do in a second half? They respond. Every time they've taken a loss, they've responded, right? I have full faith watching that team. They will respond on Sunday. And I think you've been calling for this, and maybe we actually get a chance to see it. Within reason, keep your emotions in check, but you need to play Sunday completely pissed off. Scorched earth. I know it's senior night, senior day, but this is, if you want to put a stamp on your season, your regular season, you BTA Iowa on Sunday and you leave no doubt.
Oh, indeed.
Then all your guys are going to, nationally, they're going to go, this team is mentally prepared, ready to go. They've moved on.
And you think this team doesn't still have some feelings about how that first game in Iowa City went down?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt.
There's motivation factor for this
motivation. So, all right. Hey, let's take our final break of this hour, and we'll come back. There was a winning team yesterday. It was a baseball game. Little Nebraska UNO. Let's talk about that and when we return.
We can talk about that.
Huh?
He needs to be on the weekend.
Yes, he does. Yep.
Why is it so freaking cold in this room today?
D. Wayne walked in and goes, he went, damn. I'm like, I know. It's cold in here.
It's an Arctic blast in here. How warm is it in there?
It's not like a sauna in here today.
That's why. That's why.
This is
good.
Particularly cold today.
So what did they do with these mics? Did they boost these mics? Because I swear it's like so loud in my ears.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you considered turning your headphones down?
How do I do that?
The little dial. The dial on the board.
On the board?
Yeah. So where you know where you can control the Q level?
Yeah.
There's headphones right below that. You can
It's whatever.
Did you notice that I failed to mention this to you, that the mics flipped in here?
Yeah, he did.
I went,
good morning.
I
and-
gave him we went like, it did come out.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
because of this up here.
Yeah.
It looks kind of silly. So Schmitty flipped the mics, and I went, I need to remember to tell everyone that produces in here that the mics have been flipped, and then I immediately failed to do that.
No, I think it's a good joke. It's a cute little joke.
Oh, before Ernesto called, I was gonna ask, how chalky do you think the tournament will be this year? Like, are we gonna have 4 1 seeds in the Final Four again? Because I think Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Florida, those 4 teams are miles above everybody else.
Yeah, I think there'll be a way. I agree with you, but we talked yesterday about we went through every conference and which teams out of every conference have a legit chance to win it. But we also said, talk to us on the Monday after selection Sunday because of that draw.
Yeah,
It's the draw.
The draw
way
is
those
huge.
draws look. Because I'm a believer in the tournament. Yes, players mean a lot, right? Execution in that. But coaching means everything.
Yeah,
And not just the staff.
Yeah.
Staff all the way down. The way you call, like the way you game plan, the way you make adjustments, the way you utilize your timeouts. Because I think teams in the tournament where coaches miss in the tournament, they let teams get on too big of runs.
Mm-hmm.
Too big of runs they can't come back from.
That's the thing. The game's not played on paper, and it's the thing about it's a 40-minute basketball game. Anything can happen. So, like, I do think those teams are above everybody else, but it's March Madness. Literally anything can happen.
Yep.
We are coming back.
It was good. Welcome back in the morning hookup. A few moments left hanging out with you guys on a beautiful Wednesday. See how I try to make it feel good. It's cold here. I wish I could open the window because if we could open the window right now, it would put a little warm air inside here. Not great weather yesterday, but Nebraska baseball did have their home opener yesterday. 8-5 win over UNO yesterday, and it all started on that bump yesterday. Mr. Cooper Katsky last night.
6 innings, 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, no walks.
97 pitches, no walks. That'll do.
Yeah.
And you said this during the break. He needs to be where?
Sunday.
I think he needs to be on it. He needs to be in that rotation for sure after that.
Now
he did something yesterday that really helped because guys, baseball getting quality starts on the bump. Your bullpen that got obliterated last weekend got much needed rest.
Yeah. The question that I do have is with Nebraska's midweek struggles, because the plan coming into the season, from what I understood, was Katsky was going to be Sunday. He kind of picked up an illness right before the first weekend, and they take him out of the weekend lineup. My question, do you see him in a midweek and say, all right, we need to take care of business in the midweek, let's leave him there, and then maybe once the end of the season rolls around, you move him into the weekend spot? That's a question that, regardless, I think Cooper Katsky, if you're getting to postseason time, is going to be an arm you can rely upon. I'd like to think that the Big Ten games are more important than the midweek games, but Nebraska has struggled mightily in the midweek for the last 3 seasons. So do you leave a starting pitcher there in the midweek to take care of business there?
I don't. I think you got to find somebody that I think you need to find 3 or 4, whether it's the bullpen type game midweek or that other starter or whatever midweek. Your Big Ten weekends are going to mean so much.
Yep.
They're going to rack up, though. Again, yes, you want to win every game midweek games. That's a good one last night. But you've got to go out and win Big Ten weekends, especially from an RPI side. If you want to win, if you want to host a regional, right, you better go out and try to win the Big Ten or be in the top 3 of the Big Ten. And that Sunday, those are winning weekend moments, especially if you go 1-1. Winning weekends, you need your best on the bump. Coming up, he's out in LA still. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan and a whole lot more. We'll be right back.
free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Grave Digger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena May 2nd and 3rd. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Visit monsterjam.com today.
Colder weather means spending more time inside your home. And as your local Carrier experts, Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you improve your indoor comfort. From optimizing the performance of your heating and cooling system to ensuring your indoor air is cleaner and healthier, Wellman is committed to delivering premium comfort and helping you breathe a little easier. For repairs or replacement, see what's possible at wellmanheating.com. Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning and Carrier, for the world we share.
There's no better place to be outdoors than in Nebraska. Hello, everybody. I'm Hershey from your Nebraska Game and Parks, and I get to serve as your guide each week as we seek adventures with the outdoor experts. So join me every Saturday morning at 9:45 for Outdoor Nebraska here on KFOR.
KFOR invites you to join Legacy Retirement's John Kopetsky and his special guests Saturday mornings for the Aging Adventure, brought to you by Legacy Retirement Communities. Lifestyle and health topics plus fascinating people. The Aging Adventure, 8 a.m. Saturdays on KFOR.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Extraordinary teachers don't just shape lessons, they shape lives. Join KFOR as we recognize the 2026 LPS Thank You Teacher Award winners. Adams Elementary Kindergarten teacher Danielle Cathy, Robinson Elementary 5th grade teacher Sydney Mickles, Irving Middle School science teacher Brett Young, Northwest High School industrial technology teacher Jamie Policki, and Denise Cotton in the retired teacher category. Also, special thanks to our sponsor, Liberty First Credit Union. Please thank a teacher who's made a difference in your life.
Yep, we got another lawn looker. Raise lawn and home care, aerate, do lawn treatments, and make the place look beautiful, like a lush carpet. It catches the eye of a neighbor or really anyone passing by, and they just can't look away. They go into this state where they're dreaming about what Raise can do for their lawn. It's so beautiful. Only one way to get them back.
New spring customers get 20% off Raise 5-step program. Raise Lawn and
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane saying at the Pentagon today the U.S. operation in Iran is crippling the country's military capabilities. He adds that Iran's ammunition capabilities are also being decimated.
As of this morning, U.S. Central Command is making steady progress. Iran's theater ballistic missile shots fired are down 86% from the first day of fighting.
For the first time since World War II, a U.S. submarine has struck an Iranian warship, sinking it in the Indian Ocean. Sri Lanka said earlier today they'd recovered 87 bodies and rescued 32 people. Iran retaliating, including targeting some U.S. embassies. At least 1,500 Americans have contacted the State Department asking for help getting out of the country. One of them, Ryan Blackman. He was trying to get home from India when his flight from Doha, Qatar, turned around only a few hours into it.
My initial reaction was probably land, refuel, find a different route, maybe head west. And then, 4 or 5 days later, still in Doha.
And there's a vote in Congress shortly on the War Powers Resolution. ABC National Correspondent Stephen Portnoy is in Washington with that.
The Senate is set to vote on a bill directing the president to remove U.S. forces from hostilities in Iran. A different measure before the House would not go to the president and is non-binding. Speaker Mike Johnson says neither should pass.
We know, and history will record, we did the right thing. I think passage of a War Powers Resolution right now would be a terrible, dangerous idea.
No administration since the War Powers Resolution was enacted over Richard Nixon's veto has viewed the law as constitutional, and Congress has never successfully employed it to end a military conflict. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison are before a congressional committee today talking about fraud in the state's Medicaid program. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem also back before Congress. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-979-3535. That's 800-979-3535. 800-979-3535.
A Nebraska soldier among those killed in a missile attack in Kuwait. Good morning, I'm Jeff Modes. We're at the 43 degrees at KFOR. The Department of War announced Tuesday that Sergeant First Class Noah Tegens of Bellevue was one of 4 U.S. Army Reserve soldiers killed in Kuwait on Sunday in an apparent Iranian missile attack. Nebraska Republican Senator Deb Fisher issued a following statement saying, quote, Bruce and I extend our deepest condolences to Sergeant First Class Noah Tegens' family as they navigate this unimaginable grief. His courage and sacrifice and service to our nation will be forever honored, end quote. Read more up at KFORnow.com. A head-on crash just after 6 o'clock Tuesday evening near Denton sent 2 people to the hospital. It happened near Southwest 56th and West Old Cheney Road, where deputies found a pickup truck on fire and an injured person in a stand. Lancaster County Sheriff's Captain John Vick tells KFOR News a northbound pickup truck driven by a 47-year-old man collided head-on with a southbound sedan driven by a 19-year-old woman.
The pickup driver was cited for careless driving.
Both drivers were taken to the hospital with serious but not life-threatening injuries. A break-in from just after midnight on February 15th at the Brewskis off of 27th and Cornhusker is the focus of Crime Stoppers this week from Lincoln Police. According to LPD forensics technician Becky Keller, an alarm was going off and the manager accessed live cameras and watched as someone moved around inside as police were heading to the scene. Keller says cameras captured the person attempting to remove a safe from the office.
Police made their way there, and by the time they got there, that person was gone.
The safe was not taken. More details can be found at LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, still has slight chance of drizzle and a high of 55. Tonight, cloudy, slight chance of rain, a low of 35. Tomorrow, sunny and a high of 67. We're at 43 degrees now in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Modes, KFOR News.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
welcome back in the morning hookup, hour number 2. Again, happy hump day. Henry T. Buchanan, not in the room, but he's in a room, enjoying Mountain La La Land still. What's up, T?
What's up, Bill? What's up, YZ? What's happening, fellas?
Living, man. Look, the sky is not falling.
Oh, no, man. We good. I told Coach Hoiberg last night, I just said, hey, we got that one out the way. Short memory, man. Just move on to Sunday, man, and just prepare for the postseason. That's UCLA had a great game plan and executed it well, and that's kind of when you play on the road like that, and from my understanding, that's not a team that swept USC, UCLA in that West Coast road trip, and I guess we were the last opportunity to do it, and I wish we could have. But hey, kudos to UCLA. They had a good game plan, and they were the victors. So let's move on. You just got to have a short memory. That game's over.
T, when you have games like that, and obviously we all go through that type when you have I call them a clunker. It's a stinker. Yeah. Is it really? Is there like I think it's an anomaly. It is what it is. Did you talk about burning the tape? Because I think you look at that game and go, boy, that is not who we are, who we've been. Mm-hmm. And that is one that I think you set it to the side, right? And go, let's not go here. Yeah. But it's not who we are.
No, it's not who we are. And I wouldn't even waste my time watching the game tape. It's no sense to, because not really anyone actually played great or good or anything like that. So you're not going to learn much from that. Mm-hmm. And if anything, just go get some rest and prepare for Sunday. We have 6 days, 5 days, 5 or 6 days of rest and to prepare for Iowa. And, for the seniors, it's going to be senior day, full crowd. And I would just focus more on Sunday and then worrying about what transpired late last night.
T, we're getting into postseason play, and one of the things we were talking about is the difference between regular season and postseason. What is it like to play in those games? I guess you can call the conference tournament the postseason. Just what is the difference between the two?
It's a change. It's more intense because it's almost like they say, survive in advance. And, it's either we didn't survive in the Big 8 tournament, but we survived in the NIT tournament. And we had opportunity to play 3 straight home games with sold out crowds. And it's a whole nother level. The teams that we played, which was Arkansas, Marquette, I think it was Arkansas, Marquette, and Washington. And we beat Washington to make it to New York to play in the Big Apple. And the intensity, the level of play, and everything, and every play was crucial. So it's turnovers was magnified, and missed free throws was magnified, and so your mindset's different because if you lose, it's over. We're in this regular season. You got another game to prepare for, and that's what we do. But when it gets to postseason, it's like Charles Barkley say, who's going to Cancun, who's going fishing, and that's kind of the mindset. And you don't want to be that team that's going fishing. So you prepare different, your mindset's different, which is great, which I really love about this team with the maturity. And I think they're mature enough to forget what just happened and focus on the next game, which is Iowa. And we'll see a different Nebraska team come out and perform in front of the home crowd.
Again, we're speaking to Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, let's talk about, again, I always go back and I look at this late in the season. You played 30 games, and you take that clunker, you move it to the side, but start looking at the sum of all the parts and go, all right, this is something we need to that we can't do. And I think last night it bit you last night, and that was the slow start. The slow start has been a habit. It's been a habit of this team because you run across a team like UCLA. If you get a slow start, they're going to be ones that can bury you quite. Well, I mean, with their athleticism, the way they shot it. What is that? How does that happen? What's the mindset? Were there things that you guys did coming out of the gate? Because this team, it has responded to slow starts. But Fred said it last week in the locker room in that recap, saying, imagine how good we can be if we played 40 minutes of basketball.
Absolutely. And I think that's more, sometimes that's all in between your ears, the players. Now they know better than we do. We're just observing. They know better than we do that they're having slow starts, and they're trying to figure it out themselves. And I know from our case, our slow starts was normally, we're so focused on the other team and not focused on our offense and what we need to do to execute to score and gain some of the momentum. But the game, because it's going to be different shifts of momentum throughout the game. And it's nice to get that first start, that early start. I mean, and I was talking to, I had a chance to talk to Kent and Jeff before the game, Jeff Smith and Kent Pavelka. And that's what I kind of told them. I said, that Illinois game is really who we are. It's not the way we're playing now. Mm-hmm. We have that ammunition to be able to go and fire off all cylinders and the shooters that we have and things of that sort. So I sometimes being unselfish to a fault sometimes hurt, because you never know who's going to take the first shot, and we turned down a lot of good shots because we're, the motion offense, everybody's getting touches, and sometimes get that first bucket under your belt and see what happens. Get that layup, get a foul, hit a free throw. And so and any shooter, any player, once they see the ball go through the basket, that changes the whole outcome of the game, the beginning of the game. And we just got to get early buckets, and we're still capable of doing that. And again, I told Kent and Jeff last night, I said, we are going to be a tough matchup in the tournament just because of the way we play. We're not going to be matched up against other Big Ten teams early on in the postseason. So, not, after the Big Ten tournament and the March Madness, and to prepare for us in our defense and our offense, it's going to be tough on teams. And but we got to correct a few things, and that's to start. And I think that's it. I mean, it's something simple as that, is getting started early and often, and we're definitely capable of that. And we've done it throughout the season, and until these recent games, those slow starts, and whether it's a missed layup, a turnover, a missed free throw, and then especially when you're playing on the road, it's tough to have that second half burst. When you're at home, yes, you got the home crowd is going to give you that energy, but definitely UCLA had the larger crowd last night, of course, and which I'm a big fan of having a lot of fans there, because players are going to play well. And it was senior night for UCLA, and they had a lot of seniors, so they were going to bring it in. We never led that game last night.
No, but I want to go back to that moment, like you mentioned, about in between the ears.
Yeah.
The first possession of the second half. Like, what's that feel like as a player? Because they drew up the perfect play to get going in the second half, and you miss a layup.
Yeah.
Because then you kind of saw heads drop. Like, you come out of the gate. Like, I don't think if we win the game, I'm not saying we win the game, but what it would have been like from a standpoint of getting that first bucket out of the way, because after that, I think UCLA hit like 3 or 4 buckets in a row.
Yeah.
Missed layup.
Well, that happened to me in the NIT. Coach Nee.
Yep.
Coach Nee told me if I'd have hit a couple of layups, we win the whole thing. And I missed an open layup. And that was in the first half. And it's demoralizing, from a personal standpoint as a team. It's like, we're playing great defense, and you're going down there for a layup and you miss it. And and you're just like, what just happened? And then you're battling and trying to pump each other up. And heck, that gives the other team some momentum. Like, oh man, they're not ready. And what the UCLA do, like you said, they go down and hit 2 or 3 buckets, and they got some players.
Ooh.
They got some players. They can score. They can shoot it. They can take you off the dribble. So they had a lot of skilled players that, and they had a perfect game plan. And what I noticed teams have been doing against us, against our defense recently, they making us work. We're not able to get teams to take quick shots. They are running that shot clock down, and they're making us play defense. And then what happens when you're on the offense, you're trying to get your second wing while you're running your offense. So it's a really good game plan that we'll have to make some adjustments for, because teams are not going to be shooting, taking quick shots, and we just got to be prepared and to play sound defense and maybe get our rotation in a little bit earlier and start rotating more often and not waiting on a foul call here and there, somebody get their second foul or what have you.
And T, with that in mind, I do want to ask you, because as I look at, like, I mean, it's other sports, obviously, but you see it in like the NBA, you see it in the NFL, you get towards the end of the season, playoffs are rolling around, and teams, they don't make the adjustments that they're going to make in the postseason. They have things up their sleeve that they're not, they want to catch teams off guard, but I guess a little bit, you want to be able to still have some tricks up your sleeve come postseason time. Nebraska, considering they've been into the tournament for a month and a half now, you think there's any chance that, based on what you've seen, Nebraska is keeping some game plan adjustments up their sleeve, saving it for the Big Ten tournament, saving it for the NCAA tournament?
Elijah, we got Coach Hoiberg. Trust me, you're going to see a totally different type of style of ball in postseason. He has his playbook is it has to be about this long. I mean, it's he'll be something different, but we still can't get too far away from what got us here, what got us to 25 wins, 25-5, and still in the top 4 in the Big Ten. So we're not going to deviate too much from that. But then again, you're also going to make some changes when it comes to postseason play, and we probably won't see it in the Big Ten tournament, but we'll see some little tricks up his sleeve during the season, because these teams are going to look for game. They're going to look at game tapes, and they're going to expect us to do some of the same things, and that's just not going to happen. So that's a great question, and I just think with Nate and Coach Hoiberg and Coach Ziegler and the rest, I just think they'll be prepared for postseason, and you might see a little difference, but not much different, because you don't want to get too far away from your bread and butter.
Speaking of 25 wins, you have an opportunity to get 26 on Sunday. You have a rematch against Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
When you prepare for a team like Iowa and the style that they play, what do you do to sort of combat that slow, methodical offense and the ball pressure defense? Is there anything like Nebraska can do X's and O's wise or strategy wise to try and throw them off and dictate the tempo more than Iowa wants to?
I would just pressure them a little bit more, make it hard for them, because I think definitely every possession in Iowa, they ran that shot clock 20 to 25 seconds before they even looked at the basket, even when they had wide open shots. What I would do, I would pressure the ball and force them to play faster. And what's key to Iowa is taking the lead. You can't be methodical when you're playing from behind. They'll get a 2-point lead and they want to run the clock. That's like, reminds me of the old North Carolina Tar Heels back with Phil Ford out there dribbling around and running. Oh God, I guess I hit somebody's heart there.
No, hey, 4 corners, baby, 4 corners.
Yeah, it's a 4 corners, man. And I never forget, I remember watching them against Marquette in the championship, and Phil Ford was phenomenal. But that's what Iowa does. But they will not do that. If they're playing from behind, you will not see that type of ball. So we definitely going to need a quick start against Iowa and make them play from behind and make them play faster and play right into our hands. So we'll need a quick start, and I believe we will get that. I just don't see what happened last night being duplicated Sunday. I feel very confident that these kids are going to come to play. The seniors are going to want to perform well. Mass, Jamarcus, and then Garcia. The few seniors that we have, especially Sam, the son of the coach, and his last opportunity to play in Pinnacle. All those guys' last opportunity to play in Pinnacle. So I think we're just going to see a fired up team, and the fans are going to be fired up. And unfortunately for Iowa, they're going to come into a buzzsaw. And I'm saying that with some confidence.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. You don't go away. We're going to take the first break of this hour. And when we come back, a lot more with the legend, Henry T. Buchanan. He was out there with some royalty. There was a bunch of legends in a photo I saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you.
here's a funny part. Before I even got to the place, so I'm walking in. We're walking in. Tony and Samuel and his beautiful girl Lexley and my brother Mont. So we're walking into.
Hey, when I come back, I'm going to talk about Mont. By the way.
Okay. All right. And then, so we go on this hotel restaurant, which is right by the practice facility, Pauley Pavilion. So, of course, you see Husker fans at the bar. So I'm shaking their heads, go Big Red, blah, blah, blah. I hear somebody say, T. And I looked around. It was Robin.
He was Washington. Hey.
Of all places,
it
was Robin. Yeah, so we sit there and talked, and I was like, he said he had, he said after the USC game, he had to be here for the UCLA game, which I'm glad he made the trip. And
he texted me. When I was out there. He's like, I'm like, hey man, let's get up, let's talk hoops when I get back. And he's like, well, I did a thing. He booked it. He left at like 6 a.m. yesterday or something.
Yeah,
he's coming back today.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I'm like, because I knew he wasn't supposed to be there.
No, because he was planning out his days because he knows coming up he'll be at the Big Ten for as long as the Huskers are there, and he'll be in the tournament doing everything.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. That's what he was telling me, man. But
this is the picture we got last night from.
Oh, look at that!
He was on press row.
Yeah, when I went to my seat, I saw where he was sitting at, but I didn't know he took that photo.
Yeah, and he sent it to Robin. Took that and sent it to T and I.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yes, and then I ran into two of the best.
Cookie, T. Lou.
Then of course, y'all, man, I'm sitting there. I go talk to him, and first thing Lou wants to talk about is the days of us playing against each other.
Ooh, he brought it back to you, didn't he?
Oh yeah, and I had to go back at him, and guess what? Cookie was on my side.
Oh.
I don't think he liked that. Cookie was on my side.
Cookie gave you the flowers.
Oh yeah, I used to put it on him. And I said, Lou, without your chicken wings, I said, how many times we beat you, you wouldn't leave the court. And he was talking to his guys, and he said, yeah, T would just shoot it from deep and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, man, it was 3 for 2s. Y'all never figured it out. Y'all was too young. You was busy trying to take me to the basket while I'm shooting threes on you. And then Morgan Gregory, and then Cookie Belcher mentioned, said, who's your other guy that you used to bring in there? I said, yeah, Morgan Gregory, MG. He said, oh, yeah.
Sorry, T, you're coming back.
Here we go. This is perfect for a lot of Husker fans. Can't get no. Just let it be. Welcome back in the morning. Hookup.
Let It Be is actually a different song.
Yeah, I know. Huh? Let it be. Henry T. Buchanan hanging out with us. T, I want to tell you something. I publicly say this because I know we've been knowing each other for a long time, and every time we get together, it's always an amazing time. But I have my boys out. I had Ty out there in LA with me with 2 of his buddies. First of all, thank you for treating them so well. They are
absolutely
over the moon. But and Coach Samuel, my goodness, engaging is all.
Yes.
But you know what they've talked about besides you, Ty talking about hanging out with T. They have talked nonstop about eating dessert in the hotel with Mont. Mont just hung out with them. T and I are working the room with Coach Samuel, right? We're over there. Working the room, having some this and that, some sodas with some people. We look over, Mont, who's hanging out over there, drinking a Starbucks coffee while they're dogging some dessert, just chilling with the boys.
Yes, and remember we was looking for Mont. We said, "Where'd Mont go?"
Yeah, we thought Mont went and got the car or something. He's sitting out front. Nope, Mont got a Starbucks coffee, hanging out with 3 15-year-old boys inside of a hotel, just yapping it up.
Yep, yapping it up. But it was funny part. We were eating dinner, and Ty kept asking Mont the same question so he could get the response so he could crack up. And I forgot what the question was.
I had to ask Ty.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was about the dessert. Are you getting dessert or something?
Oh, that was at the other place we ate at.
Yes.
You remember what he said? We were at a sushi place, and He goes, "Mont, you gonna get some dessert from this place?" And the response, "No, man, I ain't eating no dessert from here. You don't eat this stuff."
They don't have good dessert, and be honest though, Mont's not he's not really a Asian type food eater.
Yeah,
we
ate sushi, and by the way, that short rib fried rice.
Yes, that short rib. I ate some of his. But that cod was pretty good. It had great flavor.
But tell them thank you, because they're talking about him a lot, and
I'll let him know.
It's just unique when you meet unique individuals that treat younger. Like I always tell my boys, like when you're talking to somebody, first eye contact, do all the things, shake hands, and just engage. And he engaged with them, it made the experience even better out there. So, but speaking of experiences, T, I know we'll talk more about the game coming up, but it's senior day. What was senior day like for you? What were the emotions like when you got to walk out the tunnel? Because these guys are going to experience it's going to be a sold out crowd. It's going to be a amped up crowd. You're going to have the guys walk out. Sam's going to walk out with his dad and his mom. And it's going to be a big time deal come Sunday, but you got to figure out how to and play basketball.
Yeah. And for me, this is before we knew, because we thought we still had a really chance to make it to the dance. And so at that time, we had no idea that we were going to play 3 games at home in the NIT. So it was pretty emotional from the standpoint that you're thinking at that time that this is the last time that I'm playing at the Devaney in front of this awesome crowd. And just thinking about all the the practices. I mean, everything runs through your mind, and the physical play, me and Coach Nee going at it, and all of that just comes to full circle when you're looking at the fans and thinking about this is my last time, and it's an eerie feeling, and you try to get past that because you still got the game to play, and you still have that on the back of your mind, and but also you want your last game to be memorable. So so you still, right after you come out there, with your family and wave to the crowd and what have you. Then you go to the locker room and then it's all business. But it's a really eerie feeling because you're thinking at that point that this would be your last time playing in front of this crowd. And it's humbling. And for anybody that when you see those seniors for any team, and I saw it last night, I didn't realize UCLA has so many seniors. It's different, and they're knowing that this is our last time playing at Pauley Pavilion, and just thinking about that, and it's like I said, it's emotional, but you can't wait till the game start and the whistle blows, because that becomes a distant memory, and you just go out there to execute both offensively and defensively. But it's a great feeling at the same time, because you think about all you've been through with your teammates. And then we only had 3 seniors my senior year. That was myself, Derek Vick, and Jeff Reckaway. And I played all 4 of my years with D Vick, so that was special as well. That's my guy there. We came to Nebraska together, and we started and played a lot of minutes together. Even after basketball, even after Nebraska. So, and that's why we're still lifelong friends. And of course, I'm friends with Jeff and everybody I've ever played with or didn't play with. So, yeah.
Before you go, Elijah, there's a.
You mean T?
Well, no, he's stopping you from talking.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying here. Okay.
Before you have your question,
okay.
This senior night is a little bit different in today's day and age of the transfer portal and NIL and all that stuff. Crazy stat here. There are only 22 high major scholarship players who will celebrate senior night this week, having played at just one place. There was one player in the SEC who stayed at his school for all 4 years. Just I don't know, just a crazy stat of the nature of college basketball and where it's at now.
Well, that's a great stat and comment that you just made, YZ. We took a tour. Coach Samuel he was good friends with one of the new assistant coaches for UCLA, and we got a chance to tour their new facilities and what have you. And we talked about that. Now, this guy Rogers, Rock Rogers is what they call him. He was the guy. If y'all remember, I know you've seen tape on it. Y'all remember the big play Cal against Stanford, John Elway, when the band came on the field and they thought the game was over.
Yep.
Well, he was one of the players for Cal that touched the ball twice with the handoffs, and he touched it twice, and he talked about that specific game. But what we did talk about is to what you're saying, YZ. We talked about the NIL and the transfer portal, and he was just talking about the difficulties of that, because you got players now that has no chance of sniffing the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, anything. But they have the power because of the market that they can demand. They got players now that didn't even start for them, that didn't even play, that they may pay like $150. That's asking for $500. That you don't even know if you're going to even start this upcoming season. That's how bad it's gotten. There's people that are coming and saying they're offering $1 million, and they'll say, "I want $2 million." I mean, that's where, and they have agents now. It's getting worse than the professional level as far as the NIL is concerned and the transfer portal, because these players have so much leverage when it comes to picking their schools, and if you have any experience at a different D1 school, you have a lot of leverage. And these colleges universities are struggling being able to attract talent, and their facilities mean nothing now. He was showing his facility and said, players not even interested in your facility. The only thing they're interested is how much money, how big that check's going to be. And that's unfortunate, because, the Vandy Center and and our tour of the facilities is what sold D. Vick and I at Nebraska. And nowadays players, and I told you the story to Arizona State a couple of years ago, their top 3 players never even visited campus. They were just able to write the check. And I just hate to see that. And I'm worried about, even our team. I mean, we got some core group of kids that with Price Sanford, Connor coming back, Burke coming back. We got Quentin Rhymes. I got a chance to talk to his parents last night, and I'm hoping, even though he redshirted, he'll be a great addition for next year. And we got that Colin Rice that's dropping 50 in high school that's coming, and hopefully he'll stick to it. And then and I hate to throw that, I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Okay, are we going to up the ante, give Price more money for next year? And how much we giving Connor, because money it's just where it's at. These kids, it's just, they're dialing these coaches and just saying, are you willing to pay this much money? And now if donors are not donating to your program, you're in trouble. You can't keep up. So hopefully, we'll be able to keep Quentin Rhymes, and I think we will. I think the coaching, I think he loves Nebraska, and I think his parents love Nebraska. They were out there at the game last night. They drove out from Phoenix, but it's just tough out there. But YZ, man, that's an interesting stat, but I'm not surprised by it.
Let me ask the question: if you were getting all these money that these kids were getting nowadays, what would college age T have made that first purchase on with all the money?
Well, I was married at that time. It would have been a house. It would have been a house. Yeah.
Not a car?
Yeah, but no, we were to get by, because we rented this little house on 37th and O, and with that traffic on Old Street, because I remember we finally bought a house out there on 3rd and Adams, out there in the Belmont area, around First and Adams area. And I remember the excitement and just being in a new home and close to campus or what have you. So I think it would have been a house, because, I had a car, cars. If you get to know me, I'm not a materialistic type guy. Cars and houses, I got a cool house, but I'm driving a 2020 white Camry with red leather interior, with emphasis on red leather interior.
And I think you had that jacket made from it.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, but no, hey man, let's get back to Luke because I want these people to know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, we got Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. A few more moments left for them. T, I do want to go and skip ahead to the postseason as we know, man. It's done. We're going to be in the tournament, but
yes.
The difference is that these kids will experience when they go into the tournament because you're going to be away from PB. Obviously, you guys got to play in Devanna, but you played at the Garden. Right? You got to go to the Garden. Talk about those differences when they go into these arenas, they're going to be either Oklahoma City or Tampa, or wherever it's at, but just the differences that it will be like to be the home away from home as long as the run can go.
Well, it's going to be unfamiliar. We played in Madison Square Garden, and trust me, that's the mecca of basketball and the Apple. We're at practice, and guess who we see walking down the bleachers? The stairs, Patrick Ewing watching, at that time. I mean, so that's kind of the, you're getting used to it. You're walking down Manhattan. We're staying in the Marriott Marquis, right downtown Manhattan, the Big Apple, and you're in this big city. And the Apple, playing in an NBA arena is so much different than a college arena, especially when you're talking Devaney versus, Madison Square Gardens. So, and just everything was different. The court, of course, the NBA court, people don't realize, is bigger than a college court. So, you had all that going on, and just a familiarity. But what was great though is our fans. It's nothing better than coming out that locker room, and when the starting five is being announced and you look it up in the stand, you seeing a sea of red. That always brings things home. I don't care where you're playing. And this year we're going to travel for sure. And I think the kids appreciate that. They don't realize how much support that they're going to have in comparison to other colleges that's going to be playing in the big dance. And but a basketball player is a basketball player. It doesn't make a difference where you play at. The basket's still the same. The 3-point line is still the same. But of course, you're playing the Madison Square Garden. You had to sneak behind the NBA. Just make sure you got that range, just to try it out. But no, it's gonna be fun for them. And anywhere they play, and we'll probably have the largest traveling fans in the country. So, and that's going to help them out as well. And these guys, they want to finish this season strong, man. So I think it's going to start with Sunday, and it's going to go into the Big Ten tournament, and this team is going to show us what they're really made of, and hopefully we can get back on that winning track, which, we just lost this one game. We just beat USC. I mean, I think a lot of folks, we go down in the dumps after a loss. But when you lose a game like that, where you just from start to finish that, just wasn't your night, those games are easy to forget. I'd rather lose a game like that than somebody beating us with a last second shot or free throws, and when you knew you had a chance to win the game. And I think Jamarcus and Mast and all of them is just thinking about, things that they need to do to prepare for Iowa. And Iowa's going to be a huge game for everyone, I mean, just Iowa fans as well. And you got Price, who just recently played there last year. And then Coach Hoiberg was raised there, but born in Lincoln. So there's a lot of ties there. So I'm pretty excited about this game and can't wait for it. I'm going to watch this game with some friends of mine. They're from Iowa. And because they cheer for the Huskers until we play Iowa. So I told them
those are not, what you call those? Not friends.
So I gotta tell Joey and Brooke I can't be your friend. Well, I'm not gonna be their friends during the game.
Well, no, you can bring them there. That's like, you got a TV outside, or at least you can. Hey, but you can roll one out on the patio while they sit out there and watch you eat wings and stuff while you watch the game.
Just doing wrong.
Yeah,
doing wrong. That's okay though, man. But I tell you what, regardless of what happens, these first 30 games have been phenomenal. And I mean, I've never been so engaged and excited and happy for a program that I am now. And I just think this team has made our alumni group, the fans, and everybody that's associated with University of Nebraska very proud of the product that Coach Hoiberg has and his staff have put on that floor. And I'm not going to allow one bad, because that's really our only bad game, that, in my opinion, that we played all season. And you know, I'm glad. And I told Coach, like I told you earlier, I told Coach Hoiberg, I'm glad we got this game out the way. So let's get ready for Sunday and do our thing. So you have to have that short memory.
Well, T, what do you expect from this team on Sunday, given that it is senior day? What type of emotions did you feel on your senior day? Like, how does that change things as this team needs a huge response?
Oh, yeah. Well, it changes things. And here's the best part about this is that, yes, D. Vic and myself and Jeff Reckaway was emotional and fired up at the same time, as well as being nervous and knowing this is our last time. But our teammates comes to play. They bring us up just as much as we are trying to get through our emotions. So it's going to be a team effort, and with this team, and this will be the last time your teammates play with you, go to battle with you on the court. And so I just think it's going to be one of those things, especially with this year, the type of year that they have, the record-breaking year that we've had. I honestly feel that these kids are going to be ready, and they're going to be ready to perform. And they're going to be ready to perform not only for the seniors, but the seniors are going to be ready to perform in front of their home crowd for the last time. So I tell you what, Elijah, I know I drink the Kool-Aid, and I'll continue drinking the Kool-Aid, but man, y'all going to see something on Sunday after this game last night, and the seniors and we're about as healthy as we've been all season. And I think these kids are going to be ready. I think we're going to see a great performance, and I'm excited and looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, T, man, we appreciate it, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know you're headed back. Safe travels back, my friend. And boy, take care of yourself, and appreciate you so much.
Yes. All right. Appreciate you, man. Great. Thanks for having me, man. I look forward to seeing you guys here in the near future, and talking to you next week about the Big Ten tournament. Any of y'all going?
Haven't decided yet.
I'll be in Chicago. I'll be in Chicago.
There's one.
There you go, man. I'm gonna have to text you about what's going on there, because
it could be both.
Get this. Not only is it Big Ten tournament weekend in Chicago, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend in Chicago.
Oh no, and that's a good place. A good place to be on the weekend.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
they're dyeing the whole river green. If Nebraska wins it all, I'm jumping in the Green River.
Oh boy, Elijah, this will be his last show last week. He will be on a hiatus.
Local radio host arrested in Chicago.
And stained himself green.
He comes back the weekend looking like Shrek.
Yeah. Elijah, you cheer loud enough for us, my man.
Oh, good stuff. To you. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, y'all take care, man. Look forward to talking to you next week.
Absolutely. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. I just had a visual of Elijah coming back and selling green beans for the rest of his life.
The Jolly Green Giant.
Put that green on that 9th grade picture. Oh, let's take a break.
I will quickly say here, Nebraska's loss last night may have been good for me, because if the season were to end today, Nebraska now sits in the 3 seed in the Big Ten tournament, which is the nightcap on a Friday, which means I don't have to leave at dawn on Friday morning to make it out there to go see Husker basketball. I can leave a little later.
Look at you, all about you. Let's take a break. We come back, we'll do stories that we missed. Did you see? So I did some research, because I don't know if I'm going. I'm probably not. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
The pretty prevailing thought out there is, yeah, Chicago would be fun, but I'm saving my money, saving my PTO for Oklahoma City or Buffalo or wherever you end up.
Yeah, and people know, like, they're not dumb around here. Did you see? I just, for fun, jumped on to look at flights. Hey, let's fly to Chicago. It's quick when it's out of Lincoln or out of
stupid expensive.
$750 out of Omaha, $950 out of Lincoln.
Yeah. And accommodations out there are expensive too, because not only is it Big Ten tournament, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend.
It's a hard weekend. And again, I think you're right. There's a lot of people that are deciding this weekend, or hey, save it all. and let's go there because I want to. Theo Malone. I think there's a prevailing question that I don't want to ask it today, but maybe it's a next week with T. I don't want to think about it, but this team has done phenomenal work this year, right? Setting rec, doing this and that and blah, blah. But what if they don't win a tournament game? Is it all for nothing? Don't need to answer right now. I just had
I think so.
I don't know the answer.
I think so.
Because it's super relatable to the same question asked. Well, we asked this about a couple months ago, right? With another team at Nebraska volleyball, right? We asked that same exact question. Thought I don't want to put that in people's heads, but I think that's going to be a narrative.
It's a conversation I don't want to have.
I know. Because it's like the pressure is upon pressure for them when they get out there, but it's like. But on the other side, when they do it, because I think they're going to do it, when they do it, the enshrinement of the 25-26 Nebraska basketball team.
Hang every single jersey in the Raptors.
Sorry, why is our point guard wearing 91 all of a sudden? Well, we don't have any numbers left. We hung them all.
Good luck, college basketball referees trying to signal to the scores table on a foul.
I don't even know how that 72. But he's a guard.
Hilarious. You got offensive lineman numbers draining threes in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Number 72 is 92% from the free throw line. Doesn't make sense. You said he's doing okay. He's got a nice pool. What up, Arlo? He said he's late. He was out there cheering on the girls from his hometown at State this morning. Good for you.
That's my one regret with heading out to Chicago's. I'm missing boys basketball in SAA.
Hey, Lincoln High to the state championship.
Oh, I think they're going to be fun. Come back here.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Special thanks here to the legend, Henry T. Buchanan, hanging out with us as always. There was a lot of other sports going on. I don't know if you guys, I had a couple TVs going because I was, watching this, watching that. I've always been a big component of the TGL. I love TGL.
Oh, how about that hole-in-one?
Did you see that last night at all? Tom Kim, second hole-in-one ever. But that took the lead and put them into the playoffs. That was much watched TV.
Speaking of holes in one, did you guys hear or see Jazz Chisholm? Guy claimed that he hit a hole in one on like a par 4.
Yeah,
a 320-foot drive hole in one.
20 yard.
Yeah,
320 foot. That's doable.
Yeah, 320 yards.
You had a 320-foot par 4. Find a new golf course.
Listen, if there's not video evidence, it never ever happened.
It's so obvious that he took the ball, placed it in the hole, and then went back to the tee box and was like, "Oh, I just hit a hole in one." Come on, dude. Nobody's believing that.
Fun stuff last night though when he knocked it in. The excitement. Half of me though, I was watching it and I'm like, I still, because I'm a big Tiger fan. I'm like, be gentle with him.
We have this is kind of more local here, but in stories that we missed, let's preview. We got girls basketball state championships this week, and we started off. We have games locked in today and tomorrow. If area schools advance, we'll carry them into the weekend. But today we kick things off. It's 1:30, the tip, I believe, between Millard North and Lincoln North Star.
Yep, at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
So Motzi going to be on the call for that one. I think that's why Theo is heading out. Is that why he's here?
Must be. He's got his hand. They're over there. Get a little previewing together, maybe.
So that is the first game of our girls, or really Nebraska high school basketball state tournament action. Again, North Star, Millard North. And then tonight, 6 o'clock, the tip between Lincoln, Southwest, and Kearney.
So both the 2-7.
Yeah, that should be a really, really good matchup. This North Star team, they're loaded.
Mochi's talked a lot about North Star girls. They're
freaking
good.
loaded.
They're good.
So If it's one and done, I think it'd be a big disappointment for North Star fans. So we'll see how they do a little bit later this afternoon. You can hear also Caleb Wisey Weisenborn sitting in the studio for that one. I'll be in studio tonight. So a big Wednesday here. And then Thursday, we have the Class C1 quarterfinal between Lincoln Christian and Fort Calhoun. That is tomorrow at 1:30. And then tomorrow night, the nightcap, 7:30, I guess 7:45 technically, 7:35 pregame. We have Lincoln Pius X against Beatrice down in Class B. If any of those teams win, we'll carry them on Friday. Lincoln Christian would be at 10:45 Friday morning, which would change up the morning hookup just a little bit. But then Lincoln North Star, should they win today, would play Friday at 1:30. And then Lincoln Southwest, should they win, would play Friday at 3:15. And then finally, Norris, if they win, we'll carry them at 6 o'clock on Thursday. And then if Lincoln Pius X wins today, we will carry them at 7:45, which means Friday, if we get all these Lincoln area schools advancing today, we'll be absolutely loaded with high school basketball content for you on a Friday. So quick little preview of what we got rocking with you with the girls state basketball tournament. And obviously
amazing.
Next week we'll have boys state as well.
There were more tickets punched last night, right? Did we get another one?
Omaha West Side. In a game that was a little bit closer than I think people expected. I believe it's 75-69 was the final score. Let me check that for you. But this has huge implications because, again, if West Side didn't win, they were guaranteed no matter what, which always makes things a little bit interesting whenever win or lose you're going to be in. What type of motivation level do you have? They punched their ticket, though, and that gives Creighton Prep the wild card into the boys state tournament. But again, Millard South gave them all they can handle. 75-68 was the final score. But West Side punches the final ticket into the state tournament for the boys side.
And I just checked on the out there that bracket has not been released yet.
I think it should officially be released at some point today.
Yeah.
It's not official, but you do kind of know. You can go look at the wild card points.
Yeah.
It should be the 7 district champions plus Creighton Prep.
Awesome.
So that's what we got coming up.
Get down there and see those games, or if you can't, tune into these guys on KFOR. Let them bring all the magic to your living room or to your cubicle, wherever you're sitting at, as these games. And I encourage you to, if you've never been,
just hop on a bandwagon. Hop on a bandwagon and go down there.
Just go. I will catch a couple girls games. I'll be around. I think tomorrow night we're gonna head down and check out some. I'll spend next week. I'll be like I do a whole thing on the boys' side where I will spend an entire day after the show. I'll head right down there and just enjoy. And we'll go back and forth between maybe PBA or Devaney and just check it all out, because there's some electric. It's an electric environment. I mean, you talk about like when Nebraska plays at PBA, it is as electric when these high school kids play at PBA.
Oh yeah,
yep.
There's so much emotion behind it.
Those student sections are even more electric than some Nebraska basketball student sections. Because hey, you got the day off of school, you're heading down to Pinnacle Bank Arena, going and watching your friends. Yeah, they get fired up.
A pretty cool deal here. I mean, again, in a not going political, not going war, but did you see John Rahm and Live Golf? They will be in Hong Kong this week. Again, I'm not a big guy of that, but there were a lot of players that are on the Live Tour that were in harm's way out there. And again, in the escalating situation that's going on, 8 players were out in harm's way. John Rahm sent a jet for him. He got him out so he could come get him out of harm's way. I just think that's cool human moments out there that I don't go. But again, that has nothing to do with what's going on. That has nothing to do with Live Golf. But again, somebody taking the time to help others get out of harm's way.
Some moving pieces around in the NFL, I guess. Kyler Murray released from the Cardinals, so we'll see where he lands. And then Max Crosby, the conversations for him are leading towards the Bears. I think that'd be a good fit for him. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of free agents and moving pieces in the NFL this year. Kenneth Walker.
Yep, non-franchise tag there. I think Daniel Jones.
Denver Broncos. Go get Kenneth Walker.
Daniel Jones got the transitional tag where he can match all offers. I'm not going to go there, but how can you be so dumb when you get caught for PDs once?
Oh,
you get it again. Profar. Second time. That's 162, my friend. Get out of the league. All right, tomorrow it's a Thursday. We'll have a lot of Husker Talk, basketball, baseball, a whole lot of you guys. Have a great hump day. Take care of yourself and each other. Catch you on a Thursday.